Good evening, folks. This is our first time trying side-by-side podcast. And as much as I went and was promoting this, I wasn't telling you who we're going to talk to tonight. And it's very interesting. It's a young lady that I was impressed with. I always saw her on social media, beautiful looking car, and I finally met up with her at the PRI show where she was on the Anderson Composites booth with the car. We talked a bit. We're going to be doing an article on her in the magazine coming up. So I'd like everyone to welcome Tracy Gaudu. And Tracy works in the medical field. Exactly what is it you do?
I'm a physician assistant and I work in vascular surgery.
Okay, so you're not a brain surgeon then?
No, I work, we deal with aortas and other big blood vessels.
Okay, I guess if you were a brain surgeon, you would have actually seen sense that the rest of us don't do, which is motorsport is more addictive than drugs. I always say that the junkies can kick the habit easier than we can.
But ironically, I can say I did work in neurosurgery before I worked in vascular surgery. So I have done brain surgery in the past.
So Tracy, you're going under the Team Tracy Motorsport banner with your 2008 Corvette Z06. And the big news tonight is the fact that you got invited to go to Pikes Peak. That is just amazing. How did that come about? Tell us about that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing this since about 2022. I started doing local hill climbs with SCCA in the Appalachian Hill Climb Series. I did some in Kentucky and Virginia and North Carolina. I even went up to Pennsylvania and did a few. And I thought about it. I really, really loved a hill climb. I didn't think I would love it. I wasn't sure. I mean, I love driving mountain roads, but it's a bit different, the hill climb. It's not just that casual drive. So, I started following Pikes Peak online. I know some people that have ran Pikes Peak. I thought, I kind of got it in my head, could we do this? And I always had excuses of why I shouldn't apply. And I don't know. I finally decided really in January this year, why don't you apply? All they can say is no. And I really didn't expect to get accepted. I think there's about 76 drivers, 6 women. So I wasn't sure I would get accepted because a lot of times people that do go, they reapply and they always come back. So there's not a lot of spots available for rookies, it seems like, or it didn't seem to me in my mentality blowing it. So I decided why not, and I did, and I couldn't believe it. I got accepted to compete. And,
I think your social media profile and all of that promotion that you do is a big help to that.
You think?
Oh yes, absolutely. It's like the whole thing about people go, well, I can't get a sponsor because I'm not winning the whole time. Well, you don't have to be. You just have to be doing the job that sponsor needs. So, for you to be one of the 6 women out of 76, I think you said.
Yes.
Guys, that's impressive, And I did notice I've got on my other computer here. I've got the list up, and they've done a really nice job. It's the Broadmoor Pikes Peak Hillclimb, and I'm assuming that Gran Turismo was presenting it. They don't say that, but from the logo, that's what I'm assuming. And I was going through it, and I go, I know him, I know him, oh, I know him, oh, I know him. And then I see in your class a certain gentleman called Romain Dumas, who is pretty famous for that place. He's been up there very quick, and he is running again in the Ford F-150 Lightning Super Truck again. but I also, one of the things that I noticed was there's another fast lady in your class, and she's got a rather famous name.
Oh yes, Lonnie Unser.
Lonnie
Yeah,
Unser. I'm trying to think something in the back of this almost 70-year-old brain is saying that they do call it the race to the clouds, but another name for it is Unser Mountain
oh
because of the history the Unser family have had there. And Lonnie, I believe this is going to be her fourth run up the mountain, and she's just keeping the name out there.
yeah.
Now, with the track being over 12 miles long, it really does look intimidating when you watch the video online. And are you intimidated by it?
Yes, I am. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing some sim time, trying to learn. I mean, 156 turns doesn't learn itself, so that's the most important thing in a hill climb, and even in racing on tracks, you have to know where you're going. So you got to really know what turns are coming up. So I'm trying to get a lot of sim time, and even on the sim, it's a bit intimidating when you driving up and you lose all the trees and it looks like Mars up there. It's just rock and dirt and but it's so wide open and in ways it seems so because I feel like it's just so open and I don't know. I kind of enjoy the top part of it, but I don't know if I'll feel that way in real life when I actually go do it because that's that's probably the most intimidating part of it. But yeah, I'm very excited about to go, to compete, but I'm also pretty intimidated as well. But I keep telling myself that I just need to think of it as another mountain drive. Even if I lie, tell myself that when we take off on that day, and do the best I can. I mean, my goal. I know I have some really tough people to compete, but against in my class. But the thing is, I want to do well, but I also want to make it to the top. I want to make sure that I have a naturally aspirated Corvette. It's not the ideal car to take really on this contest up the mountain, but it's the car I've always driven, always raced, love. I want us to do it together. I want the car to make it, and I think you probably were wondering, well, how can you assure that? Well, I'm just trying to do the best I can. I'm going to have a little bit more aero to help with the altitude. I am going to use oxygen in the car. I'm assured by my tune person that my car will adjust for the altitude, but I'm certain that the car will lose some horsepower as we go up. But I just want us to make it up there. So and I don't want to do well. I mean, there's not been very many Corvettes to make this race, and I think there's one other Corvette in 2017. It was C7Z06. Rob Holland drove it, and he made it up. I think in 10:55 was his time, and that's fast.
Yeah.
Then he had, of course, C7Zs have superchargers. That probably helped him quite a bit, and he had paddle shifts, and that's a little different than my setup. I think there's another gentleman named Hildebrand from Colorado going to be racing 2025 Z06. So he'll be in a C8 Corvette when I'm there as well. But we're not in the same class. But it'll be nice to see another Corvette. But there's only three of us now that will have gone up. So that makes me feel very good, and it's a big deal because I'm a huge Corvette fan, and I'm proud that I can be really the first woman up in a Corvette. So that makes me feel good.
Well, a lot of my history in the UK goes back to hill climbing, uh, and I think that it's the fact that it's you against the clock. It's like every time you go out, it's something new, you know,
Hmm.
and and at 12 miles, there's so much you can learn.
Right, right.
And if you do make a little mistake on one part of it, there's still 11 and a half miles to go and try and bring that back a little bit. So uh, are you going to go out earlier to try and acclimate to uh, the altitude, or is it all going to be a rather quick deal?
I'm going to go out and try to do some early practice in early June, and but then I have to fly back home as I have to go back to work. But I'm going to leave hopefully all my truck trailer car there in Colorado Springs, and then probably fly back out. So I don't know. I won't have much acclimation then if I'm flying back and forth, but I have to go back to work in
Yeah.
between. So, but yeah, um, yeah. I mean, it's I've heard so many different things from different people who've been there. It's like no other race. To be honest, you don't get to run the full course until race day. It's not like when I go to a NASA wheel to wheel, event where I'm racing wheel to wheel. We get all racers practice. We get to go out and practice the track, and then we get to race it. But this is very different. You practice one section at a time. It's like from 5:30 in the morning to 8:30 in the morning, and then you get off the mountain. But that's you only have that time that day, and then you go to the next section, and then the next section. But you never get to put it all together, and that's difficult for a rookie because you can't really. The sim will help me. It's been helping me, but because I know when one section ends and the next one starts, and I could get that feel, but it's nothing like actually being in the car. So this is going to be probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my driving, I guess, career, you could say. I mean, I don't know. But I'm really ready. I think I could do this, and we could do it, the car and we could get it done. So I'm excited.
Now, one of the things I mentioned was that you first came to my attention through social media and all that, and you really seem to do a good job of promoting those that help you and sponsor you. Um, the one there was Zach at PRI with,
Mm.
you know, that hood that's on the car is really nice.
Right, and they also the back deck lid from Anderson Composites,
Yeah.
and then I also just put a roof on. So
Oh,
I've got the three carbon pieces, and it really makes the car look good. And it did give me some weight savings. Even the roof did. I was kind of surprised, but yeah.
well, the important thing about the roof is you're taking the weight off of up there,
hmm
and that makes a heck of a difference.
I'm hoping it will, but it looks
Yeah.
beautiful though. Yeah, his carbon is Anderson Composites has great carbon fiber. I
They
love
just
it.
don't do nothing for a mini, though.
Yeah, you never know.
And of course, Lingenfelter is a big supporter of yours with the motor.
Oh yeah. I have a one of their Eliminator Spec R 427 LS7 motors. Um, it's a great it's awesome. The car makes about 650 at the wheel, and that's the number I really wanted, and because that helps keep me competitive in NASA with racing. But I don't know. I've done time trial. You brought the time trial thing up as far as hill climb. I've done time trials for several years at NASA on tracks, and I enjoyed that a lot. But the hill climb is just so different because you're alone. It's just you and again the hill or the mountain that you're on, and versus a track where you have people behind you, and eventually you catch the pack and you pass people. But you're truly alone. It's just you, the car, and the mountain, and it's there's something about that that's special, and that's what I really love about hill climbing. I think you were going to ask me which I liked more,
Yes.
climbing or racing. And racing, there's nothing like it when you're coming around on the pace lap and that green flag drops, and you just go and you're like three wide, four wide in turn one, and you're just duking it out. There's nothing like that, but it's so different from hill climb. Hill climb is just so the adrenaline it gives me is so much more than just regular racing, and I can't explain. Maybe it's the added um, uh, things can go wrong quickly. I mean, there's no runoff. You have to be really precise. Things can go bad fast. They can on a track too, but in a hill climb, there's just so many variables that are different than little wheel racing. They're very different.
Yeah.
So
Um, how did you get into motorsport?
I like I said, I love Corvettes, and I've wanted one since I was a little girl, and I finally was able to buy one when I was close to 40 years old. So again, I've got into this later in life, unfortunately. But I finally got the Corvette and then joined a Corvette club down in Austin, Texas, Longhorn Corvette Club, and they're a big help with me. They've helped me some financially to get to Pikes Peak this year, and I want to shout out for them because um, I appreciate their help tremendously. But anyway, I joined their club and got to be around people with Corvettes, and we talk, the car shows. But soon I was tired of car shows and wanted to go driving, and then it led to autocross, and then led to track days, high performance driving things, and go out and just run the car, and then that led to time trials in NASA, and that led to wheel to wheel racing, and now hill climb. So it was just me wanting to do a little bit more because I love to compete, and the car show was fun and was nice and social, but I like to compete, so I wanted to do something a little different. That's how it all started.
Okay. And I mean, you have a very busy life. You mentioned that, you're not going to be able to spend all your time out there. You're going to have to fly back to work. Is the future in racing more of the same, wheel to wheel and hill climb, or are you going to focus more on one or the other?
Um, I've worked really hard. I don't know how many years now. I think since 2021, I've been running really hard with NASA, trying to win championships, and I have won three time trial championships in the Southwest region. Um, sorry, Southeast region. And then I wanted to win the championship for the wheel to wheel, which I did last year in Super Unlimited. I always was striving to win championships because I thought that I had to do that to get sponsors. I thought winning was important. I'm not a really young female that can use their cuteness, to get sponsors, or, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm an older woman and I'm just trying to run it out and just keep grinding, you know what I'm saying? And so I did win a championship in hill climb and modified unlimited. So the championships kept me pushing me, right? And
Yeah.
now I'm here at this point. And this year, I had thought last year at the end of it when I won the wheel to wheel championship, I thought, I'll just take it easy in 2025 and maybe do a couple of tracks that I really haven't been to in a while, and just to kind of decompress a little bit. But then I decide to apply to go to Pikes Peak. So um, I will want to get back to wheel racing maybe next year. I don't know the mix, maybe half and half. I do miss it some because I see them already out and running events, and I wish I was there, but I can't do everything like I've been doing for the past 5, 6 years, and I'm a little tired, you know what I'm saying? But but I'm excited about about Pikes Peak, and I'm excited to run in my local hill climb series and do more in Pennsylvania. I say I'm tired, but then I keep pushing and keep doing it. So I don't know. Like, I think to answer your question in short, I will probably do both. I just don't know how much of the wheel to wheel I'll do. It's a lot harder on my car as far as the consumables and um, I mean, you do three sprint races a weekend, 30-minute races, and that adds up on motor time and everything
Yeah.
else. So the hill climb really is not that hard on the car for me, I don't think. I mean, typically our hills here are 2 miles or less, and that doesn't use much fuel or much tire or really anything. So
So,
it's easier to do hill climbs with the car, to be honest.
if you were doing it in the UK, it would be even less. Our local hill climb, the first one that I ever did, it was, I think, the quickest I ever went was 33 seconds.
Oh my gosh, it's like that's like an autocross almost.
Yes, it is. And the uh, when we had built the new car, the Clan sports car, the place that we went to, it was under 30 seconds. And we'd never driven the thing. We hadn't even corner weighted it. We didn't know what a corner weight was in the 40 years ago. So it was like, but it's fun. It's still, you've got that time. You go back the next time and you want to do better.
Right. And I have a feeling that's what may happen when I go to Pikes Peak. when everyone says you want to come back, and I have a feeling, I know me, I want to go back just to do better,
Yeah,
get a better time, and the car will be already set up for it because I've had to add a fuel cell, I've had to add some modifications to my cage, um, just different little things after that. But those were the big things, and so the car will be ready. So I'll just have to think about that maybe later.
yeah. Well, it's definitely something that you're going to look forward to. I know that my friend Damien from the UK, he's getting all excited, and he's bringing his Subaru over. Unfortunately, when we go to the UK on our, as we call it, 2005 UK Power Tour, the Subaru is still going to be on the water coming back from Pikes Peak. So
Oh,
he's going to be driving. We're going to a British Hill Climb event, championship event, and he's going to be driving his racing partner's car. So I'm not going to see the real fast Subaru, but again, it'll be a chance to meet him. I've never met him. We've just talked so much, and everything. So yeah, it's I want to go out there, but with my health, I just don't know how much. I'm pretty sure that the altitude would affect me so bad.
right, right,
So I don't want to just be stuck in one corner. You know what I mean?
right. You don't want to walk around and see everything, I'm sure.
Exactly, exactly. So is there anything else you want to tell us?
Hmm. No, not really. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out because again, Team Tracy Motorsport has been a one woman race team, right? I've done really it all by myself all these years, so I know I can't do that with this. So I'm getting trying to find folks and trying to figure out how to delegate things to different people. That's going to be kind of hard for me, but
Yeah.
I'm going to have help, and that's I'm working on that as well. Um, Scott Michael is going to be my main crew chief. Randy Adkins is going to come along as well, and I've had some other folks in the hill climb, uh, my local hill climb association that have asked if I need help. So I have people that are asking. I just don't know what is each person going to really do because I'm used to let me do it all. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. That's gonna be hard to give that up, but I have a feeling I'm going.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that when I was seriously doing kart racing,
Yeah.
and I was doing the same thing, and then this guy came away and started helping me, and he started just pulling me away from the cart. What do you need me to do? And you know what? The fact that you get to relax within yourself,
Yeah.
that brings a lot to you when you get back behind the wheel.
Yeah,
So
they say that.
it's
I hope so. I hope
it's
so.
something to embrace and use as much as you can. It will pay dividends for sure.
Yeah, I've heard that's true. I hope so. Because I mean, you can get exhausted just by doing all the physical work that you need to do around the car, and then you got to get in the car to race it. It's a lot. It's a lot.
And remember, you're at altitude,
Yeah, I know.
so
That's
it's
what.
going to be even harder.
Right. Right.
You
I
can't
know.
walk around with your oxygen mask on when you're changing tires.
That's true. I hear you can buy these little bottles of oxygen that last, a couple minutes, and you know
Oh, okay,
stops, and then
okay.
you're good for about 10, 15 minutes, and then you can do it again. But I've been at altitude before. I was younger at that time, but I didn't seem to have too much trouble. But again, I am a bit older than I was then, so I don't know. We'll see. But
Yeah.
I'll have everything ready though. So, but
Well,
far for sure.
all I can say that everyone here at MotorWorks Magazine is wishing you all the best, and we will get this all edited out, and we'll also get your article finished and in a magazine before. When is it you actually go to Colorado?
Hopefully early June, June 5th.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so we'll have your article online before then, so people can read all about you, and then they know that they've got to watch you. And we'll hook you up with some of the people that I know that are going out there, so you've got contacts and everything. And good luck going forward, and keep us informed.
I will. I appreciate all your help and the well wishes. I appreciate it.
Okay, have a good one.
Thanks. See you. Bye.
Bye.